Halfway through his meal, the prisoner suddenly had a bold idea. To see the guards went to the next cell, he hurriedly moved his own bed and then skillfully pry open the wall of the slate and then carefully drilled into the hole to observe. At this time the warden was checking. The next prisoner found him lying on the bed and did not move, so he asked the guards to lift one of his feet while he picked up a torch and burned it, but the other side still did not respond. He had to stop. This guy is really sleeping too dead. Then the man overheard that there was going to be a big operation in the back of the prison, so the guards wouldn't be checking on him for the next month. This is good news because his hole is not completely dug through and his companion was actually pretending to be asleep in order to get the word of the guards, and sure enough, they got good news, so they continued to chisel away. Since the prison was built on an island, their goal was to dig into the sea, so that when they escaped, they could swim straight to the sea, out of sight of the warning signs. The priest has been digging for 14 years, but due to a miscalculation he dug in the wrong direction, and now they have to change direction and dig again. Together, they can dig half a meter a day for about 10 years. While they were discussing what to do with the dirt, the guards came to deliver food and the man hid in a corner. When he got back to his cell, he sat there for a long time and thought about it, but suddenly he had a great idea. So he took the bowl and told the guards that he had accidentally broken it and needed a new one. Although the prison never lets inmates out, there are some aspects that are more humane, and the guards immediately brought him a new one so that they would have a tool to deal with the dirt. But then something unexpected happened. The man came to dig the hole as usual, but the opening collapsed and he was crushed under a rock. The priest, who was sleeping, heard the commotion and rushed in to help, but since the walls of the cell were made of limestone, he inhaled a great deal of dust as he moved the stone to save the man, but he managed to get him out by gritting his teeth. Fortunately, the man was not seriously hurt and the two embraced each other tightly. After years of living together, they were like father and son except for digging holes every day in his spare time. The priest would teach the man all the knowledge he had learned without reservation. The priest knew that the man had been framed by his best friend and that his wife had married his best friend right after he was imprisoned, and the man wanted to take revenge all the time. So the priest taught him all this knowledge in the hope that it would help him. However, the good times did not last long that morning. The man was eating when he suddenly heard a cry for help from the next door. He rushed over to check and realized that the priest was lying on the floor and was having difficulty breathing due to the large amount of dust he had inhaled yesterday. The man took the priest to his bed. He was in a very bad state. He was obviously dying. The priest seemed to know this and asked him to pry open a broken brick in the corner and take out a parchment hidden inside, a treasure map that showed the location of the Count of Monte Cristo's treasure. The priest had been the Count's steward when he was young, but the Count's life had changed and he had been arrested. They were after the Count's treasure, but they had no idea that he had it with him. Now he can no longer afford to keep it, and now he only hopes that the man will be able to find the treasure after he goes out. Afterwards, the man put the treasure map away and returned to his cell.